You know that feeling when you're juggling different versions of yourself? There's your work self, your home self, your creative self. Well, today we're going to dive into a pretty fascinating system that's designed to help you consciously navigate all those different modes of being.
So, here's our game plan. We'll start by talking about why keeping it simple isn't always the answer. Then, we'll get into the meat of it, the 6 modalities, and this brilliant little trick called the memory hand to remember them all. After that, we'll explore what it actually means to have consciously designed inner selves, and wrap it all up by looking at the bigger picture.
Yeah, this is something we all get, right? You're constantly shifting gears all day long, tapping into totally different skills and energies. But here's the real question. How much of that shifting is a conscious choice? And how much is you just reacting to whatever life throws your way?
We're always told to keep it simple. And look, for a lot of things, that's great advice. But let's be real. Life today is anything but simple. It's complex. And the idea we're digging into here is that to really navigate that complexity, you need a more sophisticated system, a better toolkit, not to get rid of the complexity, but to actually master it.
So instead of trying to force simplicity on a world that just isn't simple, this framework offers a completely different approach. It's all about building the skill to intentionally pick the right state of being for whatever situation you're in, so you can move through your day with way more purpose and, frankly, more control.
And that right there brings us to the core concept, the human modalities. It's a system for what the source material calls intelligent, emotional, and functional living. This isn't just about managing your to-do list. It's about managing your entire inner world.
Okay, so what in the world is a human modality? Just think of it like a mode that you consciously design and then choose to switch into. So instead of just reacting on autopilot, you can pause and intentionally select the mode that's going to serve you best, whether you need to be super focused, deeply creative, or, just chill out.
The entire system is built around 6 of these core modalities. Each one has a totally different purpose and gives you a new tool for your psychological and emotional toolkit.
All right, here they are. Contouring, the agency modality, executive function, the soul kernel, creative arts, and embody the absolute. Now, I know, the names might sound a bit out there right now, but we're about to break them down. And the real genius is how you can remember and access all of them in an instant.
Okay, you're probably thinking, how am I supposed to remember all that? Well, this is the best part. The system comes with this incredibly simple, elegant mnemonic device that you literally carry with you everywhere you go.
That's right. Now, I mean it. The key is literally in your hand. The entire system is mapped right onto your own hand. Every finger, plus your palm, is linked to one of the 6 modalities. It makes this abstract idea a physical, totally memorable tool you can use anytime.
Let's start with your thumb. This represents contouring. Think of this as your grounding mode. It's a practice to get you back into your physical body, using things like simple eye exercises or just focusing on your breathing. It's the perfect mode to switch on when you're feeling scattered and you just need to get centered and present. Next up, your index finger, the one you point with, right? So fittingly, this is assigned to the agency modality. This is your get it done mode. It's for when you need to be highly functional, super focused, and just plain effective, like when you're crushing a project at work. This is all about execution. The middle finger, sitting right there in the center, represents executive function. This is your inner strategist. It's for when you need to pull back from just doing and actually plan, organize your thoughts, and make those bigger, higher-level decisions. It's about thinking before you act. All right, now for the ring finger. This is mapped to the soul kernel. This modality is all about tapping into those deeper, more relational ways of being. You know that feeling you get in a really heartfelt conversation, or when you take a quiet moment to check in with yourself, maybe by just feeling your own pulse? It's about connecting on a really meaningful level. Your pinky finger, this one's easy. It represents the creative arts modality. This is your doorway to imagination, to expression, to creativity. It's about intentionally shifting gears into a state where you can just play and invent and create stuff without all that judgment.
And finally, the palm, the foundation of your hand. This is embody the absolute. This modality is your space for total rest. It's for those moments when you need to completely disengage, go inward, and just recharge. Think of it as the grounding center for all the other modes.
Now here's another interesting layer. The system kind of splits the hand in 2. The source material uses the language of masculine and feminine energies. So the thumb side, with contouring and agency, is described as more masculine. It's focused on action, on the external world. And the pinky side, with the soul kernel and creative arts, is seen as more feminine, oriented toward introspection, being, and creativity.
So the hand trick is cool, but here's the really crucial point. This system is about so much more than a productivity hack. It's about a fundamental shift in how we relate to our own inner selves. It's about moving from unconscious reaction to conscious choice.
And this slide really nails the difference. See, most of us have these inner selves that kind of formed unconsciously, a lot of times as reactions to our past, maybe even trauma. They can be really reactive. The human modalities, on the other hand, are designed by you, on purpose. They're functional tools that you choose to use with intention.
As we start to wrap this up, it's really important to understand that this isn't presented as some final closed system. It's actually just the opposite. It's the beginning of something.
Think of it this way. These 6 modes of being aren't the whole building. They're the doorways. They're designed to be really accessible entry points into a much larger and more comprehensive practice of self-awareness and intentional living. I mean, the source material puts it perfectly. These modalities are like doorways. Each one you learn to use intentionally opens up new hallways, new rooms for personal growth, and a more integrated way of being in the world.
And that really leaves us with a fascinating question to chew on. If you took this idea seriously, the idea of conscious design, what modes of being would you create for yourself? What specific tools do you need in your personal toolkit to navigate the beautiful and, yeah, complex reality of your life?